So you're building a SaaS application, so you have your project open in VS Code and you're NPM installing all these different modules. The thing you need to realize is make sure that these modules are open source, especially if your goal is that if that code base that you have that's makes up your application, that code base is proprietary. And you don't want people, it's closed source, so it's not open source. Now, if it's open source, no big deal. So the point I was trying to make was, now if it's closed source, if it's proprietary information, you don't want this code base, you don't want the public seeing this code base. You want to make sure that all of the modules that you install are open source, because if they're not, if any of those modules are closed source, you might have to open up your entire code base for people to see, and it might have to be open source or parts of the code base. I'm not sure exactly how this works because you would have to consult with a lawyer about this kind of stuff. But always remember, be very, very mindful of what modules you're installing into your application at all times. Obviously, you don't want security vulnerabilities in your software, but if your goal is to have your code base be closed source and it's proprietary information, make sure that all those modules that you install, because you're always going to be installing different types of modules, so make sure those modules are open source modules. My name is Tom Ratcliffe. This is my blog at tomratcliffe.com. Tons of coding tutorials. What are your thoughts about this video? Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.